There, happy Wednesday. Hopefully you're having a great trading week. Just gonna go over some particular plays which I traded today and my overnight position. First and foremost, again, keep it simple, stupid, okay? Open. I was saying I was short, and again, I'm not gonna short no more because here's one thing. If you're just getting started, don't do it. And number two, you want to avoid style drifting at all possibilities, meaning like going from strategy to strategy. And I recognized it. I told myself, okay, Victor, this is not my setup. Yes, I can do it, but like it's not beneficial in the long run. And I was short this. I'm not gonna lie. I told you I was short, and I didn't lose that much money on it. I just covered today. I actually went long today. This is a 5-star setup. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. But before my reasoning going into it of why it is, I want you to understand that you don't just keep it simple, stupid, okay? Focus on one setup or two setups and do those over and over again. And avoid style drifting. Don't try to do everything at once. And I'm no longer going to focus on shorting this. Eventually, this will go down. Eventually, yes, it will. But again, it's not worth the headache. I shorted this 3 times, and it's not worth the headache. It reminded me of why I stopped shorting. It's just that in this market, it's much favorable to go on the long side, in my opinion. But this is a 5-star setup. As I always mention, look left. You want to see a big mover. And again, the best ones are the ones that go big, come back, consolidate, and make a big move again. And this is pretty much what you see right now. Yes, I was short this, but the fact that it based numerous times on the moving averages, numerous times, is a sign of strength. Therefore, I got long, and I'm long from 990 average. We had a pretty big intraday dip. And I'll show you, I got stubborn. I first off, my covers from the weekend, I covered this morning at 960. I was short from 930 average. And I said, okay, it's holding that pivot point, so I'm gonna cover. I didn't trade it, whatever. I didn't even trade this breakout. I did, yes. I got long of this breakout. And it was a massive fake out. It retraced. And I got short into this bounce right above here. And again, it's just one of those things I'm working on is over trading. It happens, and I realized that number one, it's still above that pivot point of really 950, and I'm just fighting an uphill battle. I'm fighting the trend, and again, the trend is your friend, and you never really want to go against the herd. And that's when I covered my position, and I told myself, okay, if this does retrace over $10, I'll get long, and I got long before that. At 990 is my average. I have quite a bit of shares of this one. I'm just thinking this is going to go something crazy. If not, it's still a big deal. This reminds me of, this is pretty much my bread and butter setup. Open, it's not even, the chart is, don't even focus on the stock. Well, yes, do it, but focus on the chart. This is what I want to teach you here. The sideways price action. Okay, it reminds me of something like, let me see, like, again, this company is legit, Open is not, but stuff like this, this is what you want to see, like this sideways action here. I'm not saying it's gonna gap up by any means, but just that's what I mean. Same thing with like Jumia, for instance, has been on a massive continuation run. Well, not less Jumia, but you get the picture. It's the sideways channels that lead to another leg higher. Like the fact that this based numerous times at this $9 area is a massive sign of strength, and it's extremely trappy. Yes, this is a toxic stock. Yes, this fundamentally does not belong at $11. But again, what do I always tell you? Follow the money. Okay, in the end, all that matters is price action, and that is it. Okay, and it's your job as a trader to take advantage of the momentum. So ideally, the more sideways we go, the better. I'm going to watch this for sure. I'm long. My risk is really 950, that pivot point. That is going to be my risk point. Again, I'm not going to short this no more, but if I would, it'll be below sub 9, low of days. But opening range highs over 1050, and who knows, a short squeeze can happen. And one thing I want you to pay attention to is look at the volume. Okay, the volume has been increasing every day. The volume is massive, it's there, which is another very good sign, so of strength. So on that one, I'll watch one. Another one, great trade, 5-star setup, ATCH. You sure to see what I did already, opening range highs. The exact same thing, except on this one, I should be swinging this overnight, but I'm not. I got faked out intraday. We had quite a bit of a pullback from the highs, and it shook me out. I sort of 150, still a great trade. But it's one of the things I'm working on, as I mentioned, is locking in some and letting the other half go. But I got long, pretty much. I missed the initial buy at $1, but I got at 125 because it was still good risk reward in my opinion. It wasn't higher than the ATR, so therefore I got long. So this is the picture perfect trade. Again, this is really what I want to see. You know, a stock that goes up, pretty much like a delayed reaction at earnings. You know, this is what I do over and over again. But ideally more continuation. After hours, it's already at 225, but 5-star. I could definitely see this going higher. Who knows though? You know, it's the same type of setup on Duo. You know, Duo faded, but same type of deal there, opening range highs. Even on Wolf, you know, same type of deal, opening range highs. Even though Wolf is setting up again, this is setting up a nice flag pattern on this one to watch for the foreseeable future. But that's pretty much all I want to talk about. Keep it simple and short. Another one I want to talk about is a larger cap stock, NBIS. This is a potential delayed reaction. As I mentioned, delayed reaction is something like an EP that goes sideways and has a range break. So over $98, 96. But it's really that one. Other than that, there's not really other much to talk about. There is, but I want to keep this sweet and short. Just really want to focus on what I traded. But overall, great day. Great day. Just, again, keep it simple, stupid. All right. Open. I can see this going. Who knows? But the fact that this based, the fact that we had a major retracement to around 950 and it based again, shows sign of strength. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this do something hilarious in the future. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time.